It's me, Ari Dossett. You call me Rashid. I'm an anthropologist and sociologist. Self-help. You know what self-help is? That's a category in literature where authors sell instruction manuals how to become better, how to become a better businessman, a better father, a better mother, a better spouse, or a better son or daughter. So self-help books are there, at least that's what people think, to improve them. People expect they buy a self-help book, they follow the instructions, they practice them, and get a better result. That is the magical expectation people have when it comes to self-help books. Now, I'm not saying that there are no self-help books out there that are beneficial. If you are a car mechanic and you want a manual how to improve your skills, you can buy books about that. If you're in healthcare and you have a healthcare professional writing a manual to improve your career, it, it can work for you. I'm not saying that all of the self-help books out there, all of them are scams, all of them are nothing but ways to grab money. No. There are people saying things like that. I'm not. Self-help, the self-help genre has been around for a while. I even read some self-help books myself, just to check what are they teaching, what are they saying, just to analyze them. And of course, on YouTube or Vimeo or Dailymotion, among those streaming platforms, you have many self-help gurus. Even on alternative social media, for example, like Rumble or um, BitChute, LiveLeak does not exist anymore. But anyway, you have self-help gurus everywhere, or self-help celebrities. You can also call them like that. There is one thing, however, that I've noticed about this self-help trend. Let's call it self-help trend. There's one thing I've noticed about this trend that is quite dangerous. Again, I'm not condemning the self-help trend in itself. Some self-help manuals can be practical. Of course, there's some self-help books where just scams, people just don't know what they're talking about, just want to make money. That exists too. But, I'm talking about the trend. There's one thing about it that's extremely dangerous. And you already guessed it. It's the magical expectation that's promoted. It's one thing when your expectations are wrong about something. For example, let's say my car is broken. I go to a car mechanic and I expect within 5 minutes my car is fixed. Well, if that's my expectation, I'll find out the hard way. It may take an hour or two or even more. So that will correct itself the hard way. But what if I have an expectation that my car can be fixed in 5 minutes and you have commercials on TV promoting this? Now, my wrong expectation becomes deep rooted in my soul because it's validated everywhere. So when it happens that I go to a car mechanic and it takes longer, I'm going to go off thinking I'm being scammed over here, I'm being robbed, you're wasting my time, whatever. Why? Because I've been deformed by the propaganda to think that a car can be fixed just 5 minutes. Now, okay, if it's just one small thing that needs to be changed with the car, for example, the tires, okay, and in 5 minutes, okay, that can happen. But if something deep rooted in the car that's broken, I need to be realistic and it can take longer. I'm using the example of the car to illustrate to you the danger within the self-help genre. A lot of people expect that if they follow those gurus, or if they practice what they call the law of attraction or law of assumption the right way, automatically life will improve and they won't have any problems or struggles anymore. That is a dangerous expectation because it's not rooted in reality. It's not rooted in reality at all. That is the motivation why so many people are buying self-help books. That's the reason why those self-help gurus are getting so wealthy. Those self-help gurus are making a lot of money because of this magical expectation the public has. Where does this magical expectation come from? Well, by default, human beings that are not born again nor renewed in their mind, they're into escapism, or what the Bible calls sin. Because of this escapism of worldlings, they always look for some magical outcome that can bail them out. Worldlings by default are longing for a magical outcome to build them out. And it's this magical um, infatuation that the self-help genre is triggering. Now, but Rashid, if the expectations are wrong, shouldn't people by now have figured out it doesn't work? Well, here's why it's so dangerous. Because those self-help gurus are using charms. They're warlocks. If they're females, a lot of them are witches. So they have demonic aid. So you see this guy out there who came from the hood. He went to prison for shoplifting. He got out. And now he's a multimillionaire. Now you see him in a private jet. You see him with all the expensive cars. You think, whoa, there's a whole transformation. A guy with a criminal record managed to break through like that? And because you can verify that he has a private jet, he has a nice cars, he has a nice house, you can verify all of that objectively and think, whoa, this is not a scam. The guy really has those things. Okay, but how did the guy get those things? He tells you it's by just working hard or by good meditation on the law of attraction, law of assumption. That's what he's telling you. What he's not telling you is that he is involved with paranormal activity. He has charms on his energy field, which is demon excrement smeared on top of his energy field that keeps danger at a distance. He is using psychological tricks and paranormal tricks at the same time to trigger cash flow towards him. But all that cash flow towards him will trigger anxiety in the public. So think, how come this guy's making all that money? And he's a felon. Or what the heck? So he is now trampling upon the boundaries of society. And people are going to be upset. And the reason he's not killed, or the reason he's not attacked physically, is because of this charm on him. That's why. But he will never tell you about all the danger that's triggered against him. He will only tell you, look at me. I came from the hood. I went to prison, but hey, I improved myself. I worked hard. I did this. I did that trick. I used this method, that method. And you think, wow. So you go on buy one of his courses, and you begin to practice his courses. When you begin to practice his courses, you will notice that, whoa, things are working out for me. Yes, they are working out for you. But the side effects of it working out, you will encounter them too. Friends and family turning on you. You'll get psychic violence on you, so you'll encounter more accidents, you'll have more health issues. And you think, when that goes on, and now that you have all these difficulties, you think, I'm doing something wrong. That guy over there, he's perfectly fine. So you think that guy over there is perfectly fine because he did it the right way. You think, I'm just doing it the wrong way. And that's how you're in a loop, always going from one self-help guru to the other, buying self-help book after self-help book, but you're always in a loop of escaping danger. And some people don't even escape, they just die. Due to accidents, or due to the diseases triggered in them, by psychic violence, or by people just taking them out. Straight homicide. Those self-help gurus, they don't tell you the full reality of what you're getting involved in. They don't warn you about how toxic the masses can be. They don't tell you the true nature of society. They don't tell the true reason why you are so restricted. They give you facts that will trigger you to buy their products. They give you facts that trigger you to want to participate. And then when the difficulty comes, they blame it on you for not doing it well. Well, this is the difference between those self-help gurus from the self-help genre and Christ. Christ told you plainly from the start that when you follow him, you'll have to deny yourself, pick up your cross, and follow him. Deny yourself, pick up your cross, follow him simply means, listen, you are going to face difficulties when you follow me. Christ made plain that you'll be persecuted. He made plain that, yes, you will overcome, you will have victory, and nothing will hurt you, but you will have attacks on your life and attacks on your activity. You will have people taking action against you and your life because they're upset with you. Christ gave you the clear warning that once you participate with him, you will have to go through this all. Yes, it's going to be worth it, but you will go through it. Christ was clear about it. Christ never sugarcoated you following him. Those self-help gurus out there, they sugarcoat you following them. They sugarcoat it. Because if they wouldn't sugarcoat it, if they didn't sugarcoat it, nobody would buy their books. Nobody would go to the seminars. It's because they sugarcoat it that this magical escape that the world is long for, including unbelieving believers long for, that's why this magical escape is triggered in people, and people become loyal fans of them. Some even go as far as become cult members, but that's another topic. What I'm saying is, if those self-help gurus would not sugarcoat their quote-unquote success, you would never even want to listen to them because you realize, oh my goodness, this is horrible. And the reason why so many people fall for those self-help scams is because they haven't seen actual examples of believers breaking through and walking power. And that's why those believers will follow my channel, practice what I'm teaching you, so that the world has a real, safe example of breaking through. Not the counterfeit that the world offers, in which you're stuck with violent side effects. Again, I never sugarcoat walking by faith. I tell you plainly what you will encounter and what you need to be prepared for. Self-help gurus out there, they always sugarcoat it and later blame it on you when things don't work out. Well, not over here. So they take your money, they take your praise, they take your effort, but then they blame you when it doesn't work out. The reason why it works out for them is because they are paranormally covered. That's why. But anyway, thank you all for listening to this video, and I'll see you next live stream. Be at peace.